Alright, Slocky brothers. But yeah, but we know that we're gonna lose in this we're gonna lose our house, we're gonna lose our car, we're gonna lose our job, we're gonna lose these things. Alright? And that's fine with us. Especially working. We can't wait for the I think I can speak for the brothers, all the brothers out there. We can't wait for them motherfuckers tell us not to come to work anymore unless you got to see him or whatever, or just the jobs tell us to go home because they ain't gonna work. We can't wait for that, man. Alright? But then that's when all hell is gonna break loose. Alright? All hell is gonna break loose then. Alright? Or now you got this whole climate change, and Esau is about to turn up the heat. The scriptures say there's no wrath above the wrath of the enemy. Esau is about to turn up the heat. Alright? He's the one making things harder, and things are about to get a lot more harder. Alright? But again, at the end of the day, we know and understand the brothers in this, the Akim and Akwath in this truth, know and understand that we're going to lose on this side. But we're going to get everything back in the kingdom. Even if we lose our family, we lose whatever is near and dear to you, if you lose it, you'll get it back in the kingdom of heaven. Alright? And brothers always use, Brother Lord with brothers to see on the screen, our forefather Job. He's the best example of that. A man that had it all, and he lost it all. But guess what? The Most High gave it back to him, 100-fold. Alright? This is Job chapter 42, verse 10. And the Lord turned the captivity of Job, and he prayed for his friends also. And the Lord gave Job twice as much as he had before. See that? Twice as much as he had before. And we're gonna have a billion that we don't have anything. We don't have anything on this side. I mean, Job had it all for real. Job had it, man. Job had it. Like they said the word Job had the bag. He had it, man. He real deal had it. We ain't got nothing. We got cars. We got cars that we can barely pay for, and some of them barely work. Little apartments that we can barely pay for, or that we can barely pay for, or a house or whatever we can barely pay for. We don't have anything. Crummy, crappy jobs is really giving us crumbs. All right, we don't have anything. All right, Job real deal had it all. So we really ain't losing nothing. Oh, I mean, as far as with your family and all of that, because brothers out there love their women, their kids and their women or whatever. But like Job lost his children. Job lost everything. But again, the Most High gave it back to him. All right, but as far as like possessions and shit, like cars and houses and shit like that, man, we don't got nothing, man. We don't have anything. That ain't really nothing to lose. A job, we gonna cry about having a job, being a fucking slave. Oh, I lost my job. It's good. I lost my slave position. All right. Now I pray the Most High keep that same mindset on the brothers out there pushing to myself to not give two fucks about this shit, about America, this system, or being a part of this shit. Which, we have to be a part of the system, but we working all that shit, pay taxes and shit, but. We don't, as far as job and all, we don't care, man. We don't care about none of that. We're prepared to lose. All right, and we pray again the Most High keep that spirit on us. All right, but again it says, the Lord, Job chapter 42, verse 10, and the Lord turned the captivity of Job, and he prayed for his friends also. And the Lord gave Job twice as much as he had before. Right, and the Lord gave Job twice as much as he had before, twice as much. We're going to have 100-fold more, a billion folds more than what we had before. We ain't got nothing here. We got absolutely nothing, man. We're slaves. Job wasn't a slave. We're slaves. All right? Job was a boss. He's a real, like they say in the world, he's a real deal boss, man. All right? Job wasn't a slave, but we're slaves, man. All right? We're slaves. Job had real riches. He had oxen, land. Check it, man. Let's go to Job 1 real quick. Salakia. Show he had it all, man. This Job chapter 1 verse 1. And of course all the brothers out there already know, but to a new listener, it's Job chapter 1 verse 1. And there was a man in the land of Uz whose name was Job. And the man was perfect and upright, and one that feared Yahweh and eschewed evil. And there were born unto him 7 sons and then 3 daughters. And his substance was also 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, 500 yokes of oxen. Now, down here in the South, or whatever, I'm pretty not just here in the South, but all over America, you see Esau with all these cattle and things like that, all this crazy amount of land and cattle. But the motherfuckers got real money. That's real money. Cattle, land. So imagine back then. That's a lot of money in these times, but imagine back then. All right. His substance also was 7,000 and 3,000, 7,000. Hold on, so I can. His substance also was 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, 500 oxen, 500 sheep asses, and a very great household. So that this man was the greatest of all the men of the East, the greatest of all the men of the East. So he really did had it. All the men of the East